time for Blood on the Box. We are finally here on Mother's Day. Well, for most of the world, it's Mother's Day. And today I've got one of the most lovable characters on the Xbox. It's the one and only Space Magic W. Now in space. How are we doing today, buddy?
How do? I'm doing alright, Jimmy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing alright, mate. I'm doing alright. You know, I've just been to my
I can never get
that.
over the fact you say now then. It just
Now
makes
then.
me think of Jimmy Savile, which is just a bit weird. But, you know, let's move on.
Now then,
That's
now
the
then.
only, it's the only other person I know that says that is renowned paedophile Jimmy Savile.
Can't believe you said
So,
that.
you
What are
know.
you on about? I'm from Yorkshire. If you come to Yorkshire, you'll see a lot of them saying, nah, then lads.
You'll say that, do you? Oh,
Yeah, I'm a Yorkshire.
Fair enough.
Come on, man. You got.
Fair dues.
It's a well-known saying in up here in Yorkshire. You know, God's own county. So yeah.
Fair dues.
Fair dues. Exactly. Right then. We're not even into the show by 2 minutes. You've already dropped in paedophile and Jimmy Savile. Fantastic.
Sorry, I'll behave for the rest of it.
No, you probably get more views. To be fair. Anyway, so we've got so much.
Don't know what that says about your audience.
Hey, look, you know, controversial stuff always sells papers, so why does it not sell the stream? All right, let's get on to it. We're going to go with the playoffs first, though, because obviously we've had a game already today. We've got another game later on tonight. Blade's trying to get his game done. My game is tomorrow. The playoffs are really now starting to
Yeah, it's
come
Paul's
round
game, isn't it, as well
pretty
tonight?
quickly.
Little Campbell.
Little Campbell, little
Oh no,
Yoshi.
again, Campbell soup and gnome, isn't it?
What you want about? Here we go. So, I tell you one thing what I've got bugbear of, and I'm sure I've said this before, but you know what I'm like. I'm an old guy. I'm a Yorkshireman. I like to have a moan, so I'm going to moan again.
Yeah,
I
you like
do
to
not
repeat yourself.
Absolutely. I do not like this where you cannot confirm your own game. What's all that about? Don't like it.
What does it matter in the grand
It
scheme
does.
of things?
It does, though. It does, because...
You need to elaborate to me.
Well, because if this game was confirmed, we could have a look at Californication, or whatever you want to call it, and have a look at what he's got left. He's got through. Did Cass kill most of his men? How is he looking for the next round? We can't.
Oh, I see, yeah.
We can't because they can't confirm it themselves. So, obviously, I'm going to go into that game now. It's 2-1. The Pro Elves, by miracle, got through. 28 armor breaks by anger management. That is a lot of armor breaks out of 40. So out of the 40 blocks you threw, only 12 didn't break armor. Holy snikers. 8 KOs, 8 injuries. You know.
Is it Pro Elves?
Yeah,
Because if it's Pro
Elves.
Elves, like, you know,
Yeah.
Pro Elves, those armor rates are not exceptional then. It's roughly about right, isn't it? Leading 8s, 7s with the Mighty Blow and stuff, so not mental or anything.
Yeah, I mean, does it always count fouls in that as well? I don't know how many fouls cast in.
I don't know if it
always
does
get a
or
bit
not, to be
confused.
honest.
I always get a bit confused with it. But, man, it's a frustrating for Cass. I mean, I saw bits of it. Cass in complete control. First half, second half looked in complete control. He rolled a double one for a J5 for the handoff, what could have won him the game. And then in overtime, he lost the toss, and it wasn't the greatest setup, unfortunately, for Cass. And Wilhelm Chaney, well, he just took advantage of it and scored, and he goes through. So, Pro Elves, could they win the full thing? It'd be if they can.
Probably not.
You know, probably not. I mean, the thing with this Wilhelm Chaney, though, obviously, Drick, the naughty boy Drick, came out and said, "Oh, did you know that this Wilhelm Chaney is actually a PS4 Spanish coach?" So obviously, all the Spanish coaches, all the Spanish coaches on the PS4 are all UC. So obviously, Cass has a run-in with the UC. So it's interesting, has a bit of spice to it and all that. And I've tried to find out who this PS4 coach is, and everyone's kept quiet. I personally think it's Gastelmau. But rumours suggest it could be Arzawain. Now, Arzawain's our best coach, and he took Drick apart, who is technically, by some, claimed to be the best Xbox coach. So it'd be interesting to see. But would you have thought Cass would have won that game before the, you know? Would you be in the Cass?
You'd think like
wouldn't you?
Statistically, you'd think, you know, with all the skills in place and everything, he should have steamrolled him, probably 2-1. Like, because I don't think you're never going to stop Elves scoring if they want to, but you can bang them in to like box them in so they score early, and then you're on for the 2-1 grind.
Yeah.
But I mean, with
yeah.
elves, there's always that chance that they just do elf things and just run away. You know,
And
dwarves,
that's it, isn't it?
crap,
Yeah.
crap movement, isn't it? So all they need is like a bit of mispositioning or a bit of luck or something, and you know, suddenly they're 4 squares away from you and you can't do anything.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, people say dwarfs they have everything going for them, and it's like they can be annoying, but you know they are slow. And if you make a positional error, as Cass
Yeah.
did, you're punished for it. It's as simple as that. I mean, you've got like
I mean-
movement 4 against movement 7, 8, or something like that, and you leave a gap, or you know if they make a gap, you're in trouble. And I always think if you want to learn to play positionally really well, dwarfs are a good race to play because you know, you make a mistake and you're punished. Unfortunately, you know, Cass wasn't sure what to do. We've all been there with setups. And obviously, Cheney just got what he needed, and he won it 2-1. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I didn't tip in this game, so I can't be blamed for this. But I think the key thing, what I did know was Cass did not want to play today. He didn't want to play.
Right.
The other guy was saying, "Well, I'm busy every other day. I can't really play unless we play today," sort of thing. So
Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah.
I mean, that's something, you know. I mean, I've wrote down here anyway. I've wrote down about scheduling player matches. What happens if there is a problem? I mean, what can you do if you know? I mean, what would you do if you're the dwarfs? You don't really want to play today. Your opponent turns around to you and says, "Right, Space. The only day I can really play is today." Would you just play it, or would you be?
I think you have to play though, don't you? Because of the way
Yeah.
it is, isn't it? Because it's like, what is the rules? If you can't organise a day, it's like a coin flip between which team goes through or something. So like, because the other guy can just say, "Well, I offered, and that was the only time I could play." As cunty as that is,
Yeah.
and he's done his part in trying to arrange it, if you like, and
Yeah.
you know, Kaz gets a little bit hard done by because I have a couple of things like that where I've had to play at awkward times because I always don't like the draw if I draw somebody that's in a really bizarre time zone.
Yeah.
Like, because they'll say,
Yeah.
"All right, can you play at 4 in the morning?" And I'm like, no, not really, because that's mental. But at the same time, if you can't do anything else to arrange it, you're stuck, and then you're relying on a 50-50 coin toss to get through. So
Yeah,
you're bummed.
It's interesting because, like I said, when I've obviously played on the PS4 as well, a lot of the Americans will not play like they would never play 2-3 in the morning British time, but they'd expect you to play 2-3. You know, I mean, hour 2-3 in the morning. I mean, I played Chelsea Zola very late, and I was falling asleep when I was playing him. But you know,
Oh yeah, it's like 2 in the morning. Or something,
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Something like
But
that.
you know, I mean, sometimes I didn't mind. I mean, I didn't have a problem. I played that sort of time before myself, so it was fine. But the thing with Cass is he played a really tough game yesterday. It looked like he's going out. He then got an inception and turned around and won it. So he obviously, for some coaches, it takes a lot out of people. You know, a very high octane game like that. And then obviously he's trying to get it for another day, but obviously he felt like he was being forced to either play this day or there wasn't. And you know, he said, "I didn't really want to play today. Now I'm out." And
Well, I mean, it does affect you, doesn't it? If you go into a game in a bad mood,
Yeah.
like, you know, there is more chance of like mistakes happening, or
Yeah.
you know, it's like you say, mind games, isn't it? In a way,
Yeah.
like if you get somebody trapped in the corner, make them do something they don't want to, they're more likely
Yeah.
to error and stuff.
yeah, and that was it. I mean, like I said, you know, I felt for him. I did, because I know he didn't want to play it, and then he feels like he's forced to play it. Like you said, you would have probably had to play it even though you didn't want to, and it is.
Yeah,
I mean, the way
because
that-
there's no procedure if it's like, if I say me and you are playing Bernie, and I
Yeah.
give you like 7 days with a decent window of opportunity to, you know, time
Yeah.
window,
Yeah.
and you go to me, no, I can only play on this day at this time. There's no procedure for that, is there? Like,
There
in
is.
terms of if I couldn't, in terms of if
Yeah.
I couldn't meet your demands, but I've offered you a more reasonable schedule,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't get resolved, how would the admins deal with
Right,
that?
okay,
For example, would I go through because I've been more reasonable, or would it be, well, you both semi-tried, and then
Right.
so it's going to go to the
Well,
coin toss?
No, I mean, what would happen? I mean, I can't speak for the Xbox admins because I'm not an Xbox admin, but I'll tell you how it would work on the PS4. If let's take the Cass incident. Cass is like, say, if he says he could have played, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 days, and the other guy's only got the 1 day to play. I always say, if there's an issue like that, go to your admin and say, look, You know, I've tried to arrange my game with this guy. He can only play one day. I can play about 5 or 6. He's not having it. What do we do? And then obviously, depending on the admin, me personally, I was like, right, what's the problem here? He's giving you 5 or 6 days. You can only play the one day. And then it depends what sort of. We'd obviously look at messages. Who really wanted to play? Is the other guy just being awkward? And it could go down to how the admins read the messages. You know, how we come across the thing. You know what? This guy's just trying to play for an unfair advantage. He's only giving you 3 in the morning. That's not right. And then we might turn around to the guy and say, look, we're not happy with the limited availability you're giving your opponent. You either sort it, come to a reasonable thingy, or we'll sort it. And things like that. We try and not make it a coin toss. We try and make it out that if someone's been really like you're trying to say, look, I've got 6-7 days, you can play, and he turns around to you and say, no space, I can only play 3 in the morning. We're more likely to go with you because you've given a very flexible thing. And
But you could always give like some kind of, you know, answer though, where it makes it look like it's all right that you could only play that day, couldn't you? You could always be like, oh, work schedule or whatever. You know, it may not be true, but if you did that, if it gives you what's presented as a reasonable answer, then would you still be like, no, you're still going out?
Yeah, but the thing is, when you go into this competition, or the way I do it on the PS4, is that I'm pretty strict with it. I'm like, look, you go into this competition, now the veterans, especially the veterans, they know they get 7 days. That's all they get. Has to be something really major for me to go over the 7 days. If you can't get it done in 7 days, we will make a decision. And we'll go on the evidence. And if both guys have tried to get it done and they just can't get it done, then we would do a coin toss. But it's very rare that if you've got 2 people can sort of do days, that means the user's quite reasonable. And the user comes to sort of solid ground. It's very, very rare we come to something like where someone's trying to be a dick sort of thing. It's very, very rare. But we would have a look at all the evidence first. It wouldn't be just an automatic coin toss. But obviously, it's...
Have you had to do it before? Or is this all kind of like fair?
No, we had one game where the admins were split. I wanted to do a coin toss because the game ran 3 weeks overdue. 3 weeks. For a game. And obviously the semi-finalists, the other 3 semi-finalists weren't very happy. I weren't very happy. It was to do with, I don't know if it was holidays or they both had different shifts. But the reason they got the extra time is because somebody else couldn't play their semi-final till 6 days later, so they got the extra time and they did play it. They then got a warning to, if it did happen again, then they'd just be disqualified. But since then, I then took over and was very proactive and said, look, right, you get 7 days from now on. You all get the same treatment. If you don't sort it out, we'll look at the evidence. If we can't split yet, then we'll do a coin toss or a dice off, and that'll be it. Simple as that. But I've never had to enforce that yet. I've never had a game go over 7 days yet. But I'm quite proactive.
Right.
If there's an issue, when people tell me, I'll message and say, look, is there a problem? What's the issue? And I work with the coaches. But again, you see, that's why I'm lucky that we are 4 admins and we all do different parts.
Yeah.
So I can do stuff like this, where obviously there's been talk where Trevor has to do everything. I mean, Rolbino's now helping me a bit more now, but he doesn't have the same luxury as I do. So, like I said, for the Xbox, I don't know, but you are right though. If you can get the game and get it in, but I do feel it's a bit shitty that you're just giving your opponent one day. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know, like why Neil had to play it that day, like.
Because apparently the guy
have held out.
Apparently the guy complained the other day, and
so he just kind of took it on the chin and went, "Oh, right, whatever." He didn't like fight it and go.
Well,
no,
I think he tried to.
Mental.
I think he tried to arrange for another day, but the other guy wasn't having it. I don't think. I mean, I'm only going by what Casa said to me, but he wasn't happy about it. As you know, it wouldn't be, but.
Well, you're going to be even more unhappy after you've lost, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, I mean that was my worry, and I did say to him, "Look, do you want me to stream it so you can concentrate in your game? Because if he starts getting on top of you, then obviously you could tilt or anything could happen." But he was like, "No, I'm pretty good at streaming and playing."
It's an interesting thing, isn't it? Like whether you think it is like normal or mind games, isn't it? Like
well,
in terms of that's the thing. Because if the guy's a PS4 guy and he knows. Like Cass, and we all know Cass is emotionally driven, shall we say, in how he does things. So you could wind him up and send him into a game, and not that I'm saying that's the
case.
Not beyond the ability, is it?
Yeah, but you see, this
I like to think it.
I thought that might have been the case.
Psychological edge.
Yeah, I sort of thought, because like when I spoke to obviously Cass, I speak to Cass a lot, and obviously he's had a running with the PS4 UC. I mean, he's been playing bad. He's not since obviously the ban. We've obviously worked along, so just ignore him and all that sort of stuff, and he's not bothered them. But then all of a sudden, it's like the way the chat was, it was like they knew who he was, and they were just trying to wind him up or trying to, make it as awkward as possible for him. That's the impression. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's the impression I got out of it. What I thought was a bit. I don't know.
Do you think there's any spite based on past interactions?
Possibly.
Because I don't know, obviously, what went on in terms of like what he said and stuff. But I guess I don't know. It depends if somebody's been like awkward with you, you would be awkward back, I suppose, not to justify it, but in terms of if you ration it out.
Yeah, but the thing is, he had this long-going feud with UC. I personally didn't think he did anything bad about it. It's just Cass being Cass. They took offence to it. It went on. And the thing is, he got banned. So that should be it. He's not bothered with them. So if it is a member of the UC, then why be awkward with him? It's just not on. I think Cass has been has been hard done by. Cass being Cass, though, he always likes to try and get the games on, even though he didn't want to play, because obviously, he loves his Blood Bowl. And it was just a sad way for it to go, because now he's going to be thinking, I shouldn't have played. I should have just stuck to my guns and, just done what I did. And I do feel sorry for anybody who's forced into that predicament, and that's why I thought it'd be a good thing to discuss. We will see. Anyway, let's go through the 4 games. We've got the Brutal Deluxe versus Noble House of Eve. So they will play I can't even pronounce it. I don't know why I can't pronounce it.
Californication.
There we go.
Yes, it's a TV show.
Yeah, is it with that guy from the X-Files?
David Duchovny. Yeah, it's about him and his sexual exploits. So I don't know what his inspiration is there. So it's just a bit weird. Sexual fantasies about Mulder.
Yeah, and maybe if he was an Amazon team, it'd make more sense. Maybe, I don't know. But hey. So little Yoshi, wow, what a story this is. I'll be obsessing him again. I will. He'll be. I'll be honest.
That phenomenal game that I watched him play.
Yeah,
I want him to do well, but he's not filling me with confidence when I see it.
No. I love this guy to bits.
But it doesn't matter how you get there, isn't it? By hook or by crook.
It doesn't.
If you're there, you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. I came into very late in that game, I must admit, and I saw the skull.
Did you see the diving tackle into the skull, mate?
Yes, I know. I saw the diving tackle.
For fuck's sake!
I saw the diving tackle. I was like, that guy's got diving tackle. He ain't gonna. Oh, it's Yoshi. Yeah, he's gonna do it.
Because he was like, he had a straight 3+ on the ball, but he's like, you know what I'm gonna do instead? I'm gonna try and dodge away from this diving tackle for a laugh.
I saw it. I was like, he's gonna do. And then I saw him look at that. I was like, that's got diving tackle. I thought, and then
which I was more amazed it failed. Because when normally they don't see stuff, they just dodge out like naturally straight away. And you've just left diving tackle and you didn't even know it was fucking there, did you?
Yeah. No, that is a bugbear man when that happens. You're like, oh my god. But no, it didn't. And then you think, oh my god, Yoshi, you've given the elves a chance, and then the elves press the skull.
Well, the Kislev, isn't it? Kislev, yeah.
Oh, sorry, the Kislev, sorry.
Like 2-1 up, like instantly, and then just all they had to do was hold out. But they were just like, oh no, it would have 1-1 and it would have gone to overtime. But then, that's a toying cost then, isn't it? And whoever receives is generally going to just win.
Yeah. But it was funny. I mean, it makes it more funny because obviously you was commentating, and I could just imagine your head exploding.
Well, I was already pretty tired because Rambo was ill, isn't he? So he was giving me nothing to work with that day. So I was like, oh god, this game's dragging. And then that happened, and I was just like, oh, get the shotgun. I'm done. Just take me out back.
There you go. You see,
put me to pasture.
That's the always good thing about announcing with me. You see, I've always got stuff to say. It might be a load of rubbish, but I'll always talk.
Some would say too much, but you've always got something to say.
I've always got something to say. So I would have had you back there.
No dead air when Bernie's about.
I'm just looking at the Brutal Deluxe, so let's see how he got through. I won't lie. I wanted to be in this. I wanted to be in his part of the draw, or I wanted to be in Blade's part of the draw because I thought they were beautiful parts of the draw. But no, Trevor yet again.
No, we got the shit side, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because like even if I'd got past my game, I'd have to go through. At the time, it looked like 2 Nurgle teams, or Victus and Dudar, and
Yeah.
you or something. So either way, all the options were awful, and I wasn't feeling it. But this
No.
side was much nicer.
I must admit, I wasn't feeling it. I mean, I got flings first up, thought, okay, yeah, okay. And then after that, I was like, oh my god. Why do I have to be at this end? Why can I not just have a nice, real nice, but no. So, no, I feel your pain there. I mean, he played against Goblins, so that's a nice start. And then Kislev.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
without trying to be negative on Yoshi, it's quite a can draw. It's obviously also kind.
It's a nice draw.
When someone press skulls when they shouldn't, but
Yeah. Also, that was his game where he had most of his good players out, so it was like
right,
a difficult
so-
game, wasn't it? Because he had
Yeah.
2 or 3 good orcs out.
yeah,
And if you want a game to get like a rehabilitation game where you just have to win,
yeah,
just to get you guys back to stand a better chance in the next round, that's the kind of game you want,
Yeah.
isn't it? Where somebody
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of fucks up and gives it you, and you're like, oh, thank God for that.
yeah. I mean, I think this is his first major test. Gnome Slayer is a phenomenal player, especially with elves. I'm so impressed the way he plays. This is a nice team, though. This Orc team's a very nice team. He's built it well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got 4, 5, 6 guards, so against Bash, that's brilliant. He's got his freak back, although he's only agility 2 now, so that's a bit of a blow.
Doesn't matter. Just
It
as a
depends how he
hitter,
uses
he's
him.
fine.
It depends how he uses. I mean, I haven't seen this team play a game, so I don't know how he plays them. He's got.
Well, he wouldn't be a carrier with Frenzy anyway, so
Well,
you know
no.
it's always going to be the thrower.
But you can sort of
And
tag him now, though, Kai. It's a lot easier to tag him now if you really want to, because
yeah, if you wanted to tag a Strength 5 Mighty Blow
Yeah, you
Frenzy guy,
but the thing is, you're not
I'm
gonna-
not sure you want to tag him.
yeah, you're not going to tag him all the time. But if you're trying to keep him on an island somewhere, you'd be able to do that for a turn or two.
You could do
A lot
something like
easier.
whereas if you wanted him to stop hitting your ball carrier, you can put,
Yeah, you
put
can
a
tag
tackle
him.
zone in the
Yeah.
way or something, and then all of a sudden it's 50-50 whether he does anything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this team he's got what 3 tackles, so that's good. All got mighty blow
Yep.
as well. So I like
Oh
that.
yeah, all good elf hitters.
Got grab on the troll. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
So
would have liked more. He's got 2 stand firm as well, so like 2 stand firm with a black orc in the middle.
Yeah,
really makes one turning difficult.
Yeah. So
Like
I
I'd prefer it if he had 3 stand firm, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
but I like the team. I really do. I think the team, how I like the team how it is against Bash, maybe dwarfs and stuff like that. Against elves, he's got 3 tackle pit. I look at the TV value of 2020. I mean, I was weeping of the
Seems a
nice
lot.
TV. I mean, I had 2 wrestle pieces retired last game, and I've got a missing next game Killer Warrior out. And I thought, oh well, I'll be about 1,800. And after the Malone added on, I'm about 2,000. I'm like, crikey, my TV's too high. But then I look at this team and think, crikey, that's 2,000 as well. I mean, he's got some decent skills, but you just think, crikey, that's a lot of TV. He's going to be the overdog on TV as well, because I'm sure Gnome Slave is under that, about 1,900. If we have a look,
Is that a phrase, overdog?
I just made it.
If you
I just made it.
patented that.
I just thought to
And
do
just
it now.
made it. That's real, is it? Trademark Bernie overdog.
Yeah, very trademark overdog.
Amazing.
Well, people always say I always claim to be the underdog, so might as well do it overdog. Let's have a look if I can find Gnome. Gnome Slayer impresses me.
Gnome Slayer's team's high though, TV wise.
1,900 if I remember correctly.
Like, it's 210 at the moment. With,
Is it?
But he's got 40k in the bank. Yeah, but he's got 40k over in the bank, so it's
right,
like
okay, so he's gonna,
1970.
He's going to think. I'm still looking for the team because I'm bland as about. What page is it on? Oh, here it is. First page.
Same page. Yeah.
So he's got so he's going to be the low TV. Will he go for a wizard? Do you think he'll
Yeah.
bank it?
Yeah, of course he'll go for a wizard. Because we were talking about like the stage you're in, isn't it? You're taking every chance you can to get through now.
Yeah,
like it's 100% wizard.
Yeah, because it's a money game now, isn't it? It's a 100 €100 money game. This is because if you win this,
Mm-hmm.
you win €100. You see, to me, the thing what I like about Yoshi is if you get the ball safe, get that cage going, it's got a great chance. Got all that guards, it's going to be really hard for the elves to get the ball loose.
Yeah,
It really
if
is.
I was Yoshi going into this game, I'd sack the troll, like straight up just sack the troll and just go in with no wizard because you're not going to lose. There's not even any mighty blow, so you're only going to lose players to
Do you know what?
really harsh random things.
Do you know what? I'm glad you said that because I was looking at stuff before we came to the show and I look at these teams, and I was like, you know what? I'd get rid of some of here and keep my TV lower than high elves.
Yeah.
Or make him.
Yeah, because he's got all the hitting power. I'm surprised that once he got the strength 5 blitzer, he kept the troll.
Yeah.
But then again, you give the blitzer frenzy, so that makes the the line of scrimmage blocks a bit funky sometimes with frenzy. But as soon as you get something like high strength, you don't need the troll, and he's 170,000. So you could drop down to 12 players and just easily run it as a game with no wizard. And,
see, I think the wizard's key here. If the elves have the wizard, I would back Gnome Slayer to win this game. If he doesn't have the wizard,
you wouldn't back him to crack a cage. If he doesn't have the wizard, you wouldn't back him to break through all the guard and the thing to actually get a decent hit on the ball. Long as Yoshi just plays it safe and doesn't go mental.
Yeah. Because you could just guide all.
Because he's not even like he's not even like a good leap guy, to go in and just take a shot. I mean, you got the agility 6, which is pretty incredible in terms of getting through. But if he gets there, it's 2 dice uphill still, isn't it?
I won't be scared of that if I'm in a cage with all them elves. The only thing I'm scared with is a wizard, because wizard takes him out. That guy can, even if he just lightning ball the guy in the middle, it doesn't matter how many people around him. He'll just go and pick the ball up, throw it to his mate, scored, game over. Or you're on the back foot. Me personally, I would sack something. I think the troll's a good call, because do you really need a troll?
Yeah, troll's the biggest.
The
troll's the biggest TV.
Do you know
it's like hole that you don't need?
And the thing is, as well, what I look at when I'm dropping stuff is, who do I play next? And he'll be playing pro elves. So that troll isn't really going to do anything against high elves. He ain't going to do anything against pro elves, because you know what? They'll just keep away from it. And you're not going to be.
And you're not going to be money in the bank as well. And he's got if he really wanted to, he could bring the troll back.
Yeah.
Because he's got 150 in the bank anyway. So unless he's going to spend anything on inducements, but all you're doing is basically losing guard, stand firm.
But he's got playing guard anyway.
And some grab. Yeah. So you're not losing. He's not like he's a block troll or some kind of cool blodge troll that's really useful. He's just a troll that's got the skills he could take on normals. So just get rid of him.
Yeah, because
play the game,
play
the next game, and then bring him back for a bash team if you have to, because you might want that strength 5 then.
The only time he'll bash team, he gets to the final. If he gets to the final, then the choice of dropping him was obviously a good choice. I would so get rid of the troll.
Yeah, 100%. Just sack him. I mean, to me, that's simple. Like that's basic. Just do it.
Yeah, because then basically what you're saying to Gnome Slayer, Gnome Slayer is, look, what are you going to do? Are you going to drop some of your players now? And that means he'd lose his bench.
And Gnome's on 12, and 12, and he would have to drop a player and maybe a little something extra as well.
Yeah, so I would do that. I mean, I'm glad you came up with that, because I was like, oh man, I was looking at the troll thing, you don't really need it. And so I'm glad you said that, because then that means up to you two are thinking the same thing.
Yeah, orcs generally work better when they're because they can be really TV efficient, can't they? Orcs, like you don't need any chaff because you get the guard and stuff really easy.
Yeah.
So if they're better the lower their TV is, because you still get as much as most other teams do, but for a lesser cost.
Yeah.
And then you're saying to Gnome, you're saying beat me because you're better, isn't it? Instead of because you've got a wizard or something.
Yeah. I mean, you've got 5 guard pieces, even if you got rid of the troll. To me, it's a no-brainer. Because the thing is as well, if he was against a bash team next round, even then I think I still would get a bit, because at the end of the day, what you got to remember is it's money. You will win money if you can go through this round. So if you don't, this is the worst place to get knocked out in the quarterfinals. In my opinion, the worst place. So you've got to do what you need to do to get through this.
I mean, I'd argue it's the first round, but that's just my experience.
No, I don't think so. I think it's the quarter. Well, when money's involved, it's got to be the quarters, surely.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you got through your first few rounds, you're feeling pretty good, and one more game, I've got some money, I'm into the semi-final, one game away from the big one, and then all of a sudden crash, out you go, all dreams go down, didn't even make any money, game sucks.
Yeah.
But I think I would drop the troll, because like I said, it's Pro Elves next. Gnome Slayer and William Cheney both proven how class acts they are. They are not going to be tangling with that troll unless they want to. It'll be on their terms. So you're probably going to get maybe one hit on the line of scrimmage, and then you got to pray don't roll both downs and double
It's not a
skulls
reliable hit, is it? Because he doesn't have block, and he's got really stupid. It's just it's not a liability, but it's nothing. You're not taking away some integral part of the team. You're taking away a luxury, and in this case, take away the luxuries. Keep the meat.
Yeah.
You don't want no broccoli on the side.
Yeah. I mean, and the good thing for, obviously, Little Yoshi is Cass got beat, so he's against elves. That'll be a lot better for him, I think. And then if you look at the two, Odin Dancers and Howlers, do you really need a troll for that? Probably not. Invictus, extra strength against lizards.
The only game he would need it is if you wanted against one of you two in the final, for example, and that's because you don't even want. You just want the extra strength guy. But then, like I say, he's got 115 in the bank. He could arguably win the next games for even more money, and he'd just buy him back.
Yeah.
Induce.
You could induce him. Induce him with an extra level.
Well, I mean, you could if you really wanted high strength, you'd get fucking what's he called, Ripper in, wouldn't you? Because he's not got bonehead.
He's awesome.
Ripper's a very reasonably priced star player.
Yeah, strength 6. Yeah. So extra play next to him, 3 dice. Love it. Yeah, I love Ripper, I must admit. So who are you gonna pick? Brutal Deluxe or the Noble House of Ede? Who wins it?
I think Gnome Slayer's better than Yoshi, but Yoshi's like kind of who I've kind of attached my bandwagon to in this one, just out of pure kind of go on, son, just get as far as you can.
Yeah.
Team. If you just said team wise and didn't say the coach, I'd say that the Brutal Deluxe is a better, more efficient team. I think it's a bit. I think there's more chaff on the on Gnome. Gnome's a bit like sometimes he takes strange skills and doesn't build players that I think should be in that team. You know, there's no. I don't remember seeing like the Blodge sidestep diving tackle type classics or anything like that. I see more things like dodge, block, dauntless, pro. Now to me, they're wasted skills. The second two. So, I mean, dauntless will probably come in handy against that.
Yeah, dauntless is a funny
Black
skill.
Orcs, but it's not quite how I'd like to see the elf team built. Even he's got loads of blodge, like Yoshi's got loads of tackle with mighty blow, so that kind of nullifies that. You'd think purely on team basis, if he drops the troll and plays it evens, that the orcs should win, because the elves will probably score quickly, but then just get banged 2-1 and be done.
Yeah, I mean, Little Yoshi said in chat that he did beat this Gnome Slayer team early doors, and he was the one who had the wizard. So. So you can
drop the troll, Yoshi. Drop it.
It can draw confidence in that. Me personally, you see, you're making a lot. Well, I know you make a lot of sense anyway. But if I was given the choice of which team I'd take out of these two, I'd be like, Orcs. Thanks very much. I'll take the Orcs every day of the week. I would do the same as you. I'd sack that troll. I'm saying sorry, mate. And I've sacked rat ogres and all sorts before to make sure my opponent didn't get a wizard. I've sacked against Duran. I sacked a really good goal because I wanted him not to have the wizard, and sometimes you've just got to do stuff like that. It might not work out, but to me that is the right call. The troll is a waste of TV in the next 2 games. Sack him, Yoshi. That is your best chance. I'll tell you what, if Gnome Slayer has a wizard and the wizard works normal, you're in a world of pain. Because Orcs
because he's got that agility 6 retrieval guy. He's getting the ball if it's loose.
Too close, he's
and then he's gone.
Yeah, and then that's it, game over sort of thing. I'm going to go with Noble House of Ede because I don't know if he's going to keep the troll. If he keeps the troll, I think Gnome Slayer wins, and I think Gnome Slayer is the better coach, to be honest. And I know that Yoshi will blame me if I tip him and he loses. So that is another key point. So I'm going to go with Noble House of Ede. If Brutal Deluxe wins, it's not because he's great, it's because I didn't tip him. So I'll take the credit. And obviously if Noble House of Ede win, I'm right anyway. So yeah, sounds good. So yeah, that's that game out the way. This next one's, I tell you what, Howler, he's got somewhat of that bloody Trevor. He always seems to get nice draws. Always gets the nice, juicy draws. Yeah. And when I looked at this full thing, I was like, Howlers are going to get to at least the semi-final. Look at the schedule. Oh, my word. And he's got to where he is.
Yeah.
Now, someone said to me, I won't name him because I don't want to get him in trouble. But he said this Odin Dancer bloke is quite lucky with dice,
Yeah.
and if he has one of those games where them dice are lucky, he may pull off a shot. Now
I'm pretty sure he's banged on me before. Like, is in terms of like he just removed about 5 players in like the first 2 turns, and it was really easy. But
Yeah.
I've seen him get some good dice. But I mean,
have.
you can say that of everybody, though,
Yeah.
can't you?
With Odin Dancer, the story with me and him goes is, hey, I'm Odin Dancer, I have a nice Norse team. Oh, I'm playing Nagel. Smack, phone the TV
Yeah,
down.
I remember this.
Goes away,
Yeah.
recovers, I take another phone the TV down. I think I did it to him 3 times, bless him. But he's
Yeah,
come
because
back.
he was my Norse rival.
He was, and I
yeah,
kept slapping
he's
him.
come back, but it's not very often I say this. I'm not, and I don't mean any disrespect, but I wasn't very impressed when I've seen this guy play, or when I've played against him. I'd back Blade over him
Oh,
because
yeah.
although I think Blade occasionally brain farts a bit, he's much more consistent and gets the
The job done.
more.
Yeah. I mean, it was really awkward for me because sometimes I just took him to the cleaners, so it's always hard to, gauge
It's hard to
sometimes.
judge, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but then there's sometimes when positioning or basing my claw pommers, I'm like, what you doing that for? That's only going to go one way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but your claw pommers aren't working for the last 5 turns. Yeah, well, when they do start kicking off and you're going to feel it, and it was just things like that. But then he'd do stuff, I think, oh, well, that was a nice move. It's just getting that consistent play like a lot of the top coaches have, where they're consistent all the way. He's not. He's very up and down. But again, it was hard for me because for some bizarre reason when I play him, I just wrecked his team every time. So it's always a bit tough. But I know how Blade plays. For some bizarre reason, Blade min-maxing for the win.
I don't think that's the choice. I think he's just been
Well,
destroyed
I
because his team
know.
doesn't look all that, does it? And he's gonna
No.
get. I think he's gonna get
He's going to get
right
some
near enough for a
inducements.
wizard, isn't it? He's gonna get a
Yeah.
wizard because how many? They're on 9 players the North are, isn't it? So you
Yeah.
bang in
Another
another
100.
100, so you'd be
Yeah.
on 1670 to Thingy's 1510. Yeah. But I mean,
It's-
looking at what's left in that Norse team, like if the Norse receive,
yeah.
he could really put a hurt on him straight away. Because
Yeah.
what's left of that team is all punchy in the dicky kind of stuff.
I mean, what
So
do you
yeah, a
think
lot of
of?
mind blow piling on.
I mean, basically, if I'm Trechtel, I'm trying to get rid of that werewolf. Get rid of that werewolf, you're like almost won the game. That werewolf.
Yeah, the werewolves and the ghoul, like
Yeah.
the ghouls, just because they're the only real kind of ball handling
Yeah.
capability. It's not a rounded team, is it?
No.
Blades one.
But
It's
if you've lost a lot of players-
it's a player plus some mates.
Yeah, I mean, the coach has got them where they have. Are you a big fan of Leap on this Agility 4 Wolf?
Not really, no. Because even
No.
then, it's a free.
I would have picked Sidestep. It's movement 9.
Yeah, yeah, sidestep because it would obviously make the one turn a lot easier, and I like sidestep on frenzy pieces because
yes.
often you're going for the surf, and then you don't get counter surfed unless they commit so
Yeah.
many people to
Yeah.
surround all the squares. And when they do that, usually you get like a double surf in return, so it's not worth them doing that.
Yeah.
The leap's a curious one.
And you can also hurt your own play with your Leap as well, so.
Yeah.
Or Ben rerolls.
when you get like movement 9 and stuff, you're even thinking like, fuck it, do I take? I'd have taken sprint over leap, and I don't even like sprint that much.
No, I
but
don't
like
like sprint,
in terms of just
Just trying to get a 1
just
turn,
as
innit?
being useful. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, the other thing what I'm interested in, this is why I was on about min-maxing, was 2 team rerolls. Only 2 team rerolls. He hasn't, he's got the leader.
Got the leader.
So I thought maybe
Yeah.
he's trying to
I
shave
like
some,
that.
TV on.
No, I really like that. That's good. Like you're not as big a fan as leader as I am, but I'm a if you can put leader on a relatively safe player and then drop
Yeah.
a reroll, that's pretty good.
I see. I would go
Especially,
through,
but mainly on like
yeah.
so where the rerolls when it's a double, that TV versus say a 50,000 reroll is not that much, but in that case, he's about 40,000 on team value. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got no guard apart from one though. That's gonna because one thing you forget about Norse is Norse outstrength people a lot of the time. And so he does outstrength him. He's only got one guard. It's weird that he's took that flesh golem with mighty blow because
Yeah.
flesh golems just guard, stand for guard and block all day, every day.
I mean, Mighty Blow's a very late
I
skill.
mean, I
Maybe-
wouldn't know because I
maybe
don't have the ability to get. Yeah,
It's not
it's
something
third
I
skill
would.
on flesh golems generally, or break tackle is depending on how you want to take them. But it's not second skill. It's guard all the way.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've said before, guard on your high strength guys. It's where it needs to go.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, it is a bit awkward. See, I look at all my rivals, say, oh, if I got through with a play him, I mean, you obviously get Cheney and a lot of other goodies against me. But yeah,
But you'd accept that though, wouldn't you?
I never liked facing Claw, even if I've got Claw myself. But they always seem to do well against me. But I'm looking at the
But
audience.
Claw without Mighty Blow and piling on.
Yeah, it's not as it's statistically not going to do as bad, but he does have the speed to be smart with it. I'm just gonna have a look at the Odin dancers again, because he's not even got that many players. Did he say he's got 9 players?
Nine. He'll have the 2 loners.
And the thing is, he's only out.
So he
on
won't
7.
have a bench.
God.
Yes.
This could get nasty pretty quick.
Because because if you look at his still remains of the Norse squad are better players than what's in Blade squad, because the skills on these guys are actually all right. Apart from that weird lineman with tackle, kick-off, return, strip ball, but he's also your ball handler.
Yeah.
I mean, weird, but he's all right as a sweeper, I guess. Do you know what I mean? It's a player
That's what he's probably gone
for.
for.
Two kind of roles. You'd think with this game, it's whoever receives wins. To be honest, because if the Norse receive, they can do some. I think the Norse could put some real damage on them. If you know, all it takes is a couple of regen fails.
Yeah.
And then you're on even keel with better skilled players with all the mighty blow and stuff.
Yeah.
And that Etty could work on just being, if he just starts hitting with claw and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a claw piece, hasn't he? I mean, I think
this is the toughest game to call out of all of them.
I think I think Odin Dancer really need to receive, try and, like I say, get the damage, because obviously Blade could take 3-4 of these out first turn, no problem, and then all of a sudden it's game over. That is the issue.
Yeah.
Who are you going to go for? Who's going to get the win?
Probably Blade, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the other way, to be honest. Based on the team, because they're not team-wise, they're not top draw teams that have made it to this round, is it? Like team-wise, they're. But
yeah,
if it wasn't Armour 7, you would 100% say Norse have got the better team going into this. But it's what happens with Armour 7, isn't it? We all know sometimes Armour 7's Armour 10, and nothing fucking happens. But we also know that the zombies sometimes will just basic block them and instantly kill the players.
Well, would you, shall we say, for instance, if you was a Norse and you lost a toss and obviously the Necro received, would you be brave enough to put your 2 Ulf Awareness and your Yeti on the front line to try and protect the Armour 7 players?
That's a tough one, because obviously I see where you're going with it, because you get the plus armor, but at the same time you're getting hit by the mighty. So
but you're gonna get hit by the mighty blow regardless.
Yes, regardless. It's whether that +1 is really going to make a difference to you. And because of the way Necro play and like flooding and usually trying to outpace you and stuff, you want your higher strength people to catch them up. Like, Ulfwerners are pretty good. Blitz and stuff. I'd probably just throw linemen on there. You got your loners, just accept it.
Yeah, because you got block. Okay, fair enough. Right then, the final game, Invictus. And this guy, obviously Digoku, tongues have been wagging, saying he's absolutely fantastic. I think he's GMT, so he's obviously UK, so it's nice to know he's not Spanish like most of the top players. His Lizards, well, they've had to do it the hard way. I'm just going to go through who he had to play first round. Bully Beef, so he's gone through the Case Dwarf kill team. He then went through the Nagel kill team, what everybody loved, and now he's bumped into another.
Kraken 13, wasn't it?
And now he's bumped into another Nagel team. Impressive to get this far. And
fair bollocks to him. If he goes all the way, you can never.
He's done it the hard way.
Easy route. Yeah, he's had to go through like the most dangerous teams.
Yeah, absolutely. With Lizards as well. What's a refreshing change? Because obviously Lizards, to me, they have a lot of bad matchups. I think personally, people might disagree with that. I don't know, but you always need an extra skill, and it's so hard. I think personally, but let's have a look at his team. 1750. He's got his Crocs back. He's got his other Saurus back. Everybody's back. He's lost 2 skills. But because of them two skins being down, he has got the lower TV. He's got 170k in the bank, so he obviously didn't spend it against the Nurgle. I'm very upset about that because I thought at least he'd have had to spend his cash. He didn't. So he's just got it all. He's got God knows how much. He's got about 400k to spend, and obviously 11 players. Last round, I was told he got a wizard, 2 babes, and an apple. Very smart player.
Nice, efficient.
Yeah, so the guy can play. He's obviously done well with his chaos. And he's playing Lizards extremely well. I mean, anything you like about this team, dislike about this team?
No, he's got like a really good skink, and a strength 5 guy. But other than that, his Saurus are really underdeveloped. But I think he made a late run, if I remember right. So that probably is why they're underdeveloped. Yeah. Croxigore is, your standard Croxigore.
And he's got Niggle now. That Croxigore.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all right. Like, he's obviously played well to kind of like get on with it. That skink is like a really nice bonus, isn't it? Because it's a possible one turner and a very nice kind of retrieval type thing.
It's a nice piece.
Skinks, I always think you have a ball carrier skink and then you don't have any skills on the other skinks personally.
Yep.
But that's personal choice.
I think with skinks,
those 2 skinks being out is a bit shit. Yeah, they're just TV pits as well, aren't they? Because they're the only players that generally score, and they don't get doubles or anything. Agility is a really poor kind of skill section to choose from outside of like diving, tackle, and sidestep. And even then, it's just like, because you don't have blodge, it's not that interesting.
Yeah, because if you take diving, tackle, and sidestep, what a lot of people do for defense, these are very fragile creatures, and you're basing them up, and that's the problem, isn't it? So you're like, hey, man, I'm going to base you up, but if you hit me, there's a good chance I am out of here, and that's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah, with no block, and arguably you get 3 dice against them most of the time if you're just playing correctly. So like,
oh, I think we lost you there.
No, I'm back.
Oh, there we go. Jolly good.
Yeah, I'm all right.
So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting team. I mean, he's gonna have 250. He's got 215 inducements, and he's got 170 in cash. So he's got about 410.
Same inducement. Yeah, and same inducement routes again, unless you want Silly Billy.
Yeah.
Because Silly Billy's pretty good, mainly because Silly Billy allows you to field less skinks is the main reason he's good, apart from being, stand firm guard and block and all that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be
but
interesting.
it's just a no frills Lizardman team, isn't it? It's an underdeveloped one where with all the star player points going where you expect them to on the skinks and not much on the Saurus.
Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at my beloved wreck of a team. What's left of it? The 4 Horsemen of Burning. Rambo, shame on you for missing next game due to an unskilled zombie. Not a good week for him. I lost 2 Rotters as well, but hey, I lose Rotters, so I really shouldn't be surprised with that. So I'm down to 10 players, 1970 TV. I've got to add another 4 to TV onto that, gives me 2110.
So 210.
Yeah, but I do have 14 rerolls. I could drop a reroll. I'm mulling over that now.
I thought you said you had 14 rerolls then. I was like, have you
that would be impressive.
14?
That'd be impressive if I had 14 rerolls. That would be pretty cool. So that's the thing I'm mulling over.
Drop a reroll. Just drop a reroll.
Yeah, that'll cut it down. I took it against Thingy because
I like the way you kept that leap long legs fucking Pestigore for no reason.
I know,
because he never developed into anything good, did he? Because he could have been interesting, but he's a luxury player. Get rid.
Yeah, but he's against skinks. He can leap in and slap a skink with 2 die.
Yeah, and then fucking take both down and go, oh well, that's that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've had him from I think day 1, just about, and I feel terrible to get rid of him now. And he is one of the few players who could actually get to the ball. And yes, he would need some luck. 3+
stalking, he gives you options. Yeah, whatever. Like, you're not going to get anything better by replacing him, so
no,
you can keep him if you want.
Thank you. I'll yeah.
You're welcome.
I was a bit upset that Rambo Tobit's value leveled up, so I just wanted to keep him as data player. But I give him Wrestle because hey, why not? Wrestle someone on the floor, then in the face.
It's all right. Wrestle is.
Yeah, his claw was the other thing I was tempted with. or Dauntless. I don't know. I didn't know.
Nah, no. It'd
didn't
be
wanna-
wrestle or block, to be honest.
Yeah. And obviously Pest Control came in because obviously my Agility 4 Strength 4 piece got killed. So, that's why that guy am being pulled up. So, I don't know. I mean, I've got a nice Movement 8 Agility 4 piece, but again, you could get Wizard
It's
blasted.
interesting you took a Pestigore over 2 Rotters. Because, Pestigores are really good because of their potential, whereas you
And
could have just had
regen.
2 Rotters, which are the same art. Yeah. But you could have had 2 Rotters with the same armor and strength value, and then it
Yeah,
would
but
give
they
you
just
your
die.
fouling thing a bit more.
Rotters just die.
and
And this Pestigore's been with me for a while, just like leveled up. It's not like I've just bought him now.
all right, fair enough.
So it's just I think he's played about 4 games, 4 or 5 games. I mean, what do you think of this team? I mean, it was meant as a joke. Like, it got further than it did. I didn't expect it to get here because usually
How do you mean fucking Nurgle as a joke? Who goes, oh, you know what? I'm gonna play Nurgle as a joke. You're not.
Well-
You're playing Nurgle to go like in like 20 games. You're gonna go, who's
No.
the big man now?
no, because I usually put guard, sensible way. Let's go guard and do everything else. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna.
No, you don't. You've
do.
done it occasionally.
Guard is the way to go.
Like, it is the way to go. But you're like one of the you like your mighty blow straight into claw. You've done it quite a few
Oh
times.
yeah, but I don't use to take Parlon, do I? If you looked at all my team, I never took Parlon ever. On a Chaos team or a Nurgle team.
So is piling on the joke bit? I'm trying to figure out what you're implying is the joke bit, because piling on is no joke. That's suspicious.
No, that's funny. Parlon is really funny.
Is it? Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
is it? Yeah.
It is for me. No, what I'm saying is this is a team. The way I built this team isn't the way I'd usually build a team. And I didn't think they'd get this far.
Turned out
because-
pretty nice though, isn't it? Because like you've got like a steroided to fuck Pestigore that's a really good, like, he's a good ball carrier, but he's
Yeah.
also what's rare on your Chaos teams. He's actually a 1-turn threat if you pull off the things. Movement 8's relatively easy to do. You've got like a really cool beast. Like I'm really into the beast at strength 6 with stand firm.
You think
I like
those-
that. I was having a
do you-
conversation with somebody the other day. I think
Yeah.
it was Rambo, and he was like going, "Oh, you go guard all day, every day on your first level up with a beast. You don't. You go stand firm all the time, so you can't be pushed away."
Yeah, I mean, I think Robinho said that as well. I think he would have gone with guard, but I was like, no, you got to stand firm because you don't want him to push you off. And I that's why I took.
You
Stance.
got disturbing presence on a rotter for a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. Fucking him. All right, fair dues. Like there isn't enough in the team already.
Well, it's a good job I've got him because I've lost a disturbing presence because Rambo can't take a punch from a
Oh
zombie.
no. Yeah, so you would have only been down to 4, which would
Yeah.
only made most
See?
passes impossible.
That's smart play, that is. Getting an extra raw. And people, the thing is, though, people don't expect a raw to have it, so you could sneak him in somehow. You never know.
Yeah,
He might
you do
get-
miss it sometimes because you if people don't look at the skills properly, like they do with fucking
Yeah.
diving tackle and shit,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
might try and hand off next to him or something. So
And he
there's
goes,
always
surprise!
yeah, and there he is lurking in the background.
There you
like
go,
a
you see.
sneaky rapist.
It'll be going, now then, you trying to pass that ball in my territory? Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, who wins the game? Come on. Who wins this game?
You should.
Oh, don't start saying you
win it.
should. Don't say that.
Yeah.
I think the script said you've got no
The
chance.
thing is,
Benny.
the problem is with Lizardmen, isn't it? Is facing Claw Mighty Bow, and you've got, even though you've lost 1, which does kind of like harm your chances, you've
Oh, it
still got
does.
2 with piling on. You've still got 1 that's just standard. You could just bust him up straight away, and you've got nice peripheral players as well. Like the Beast is really good. You park that cunt next to Skinks, and they're not going anywhere. And the ball carrier is really handy as well, because the ball carrier can operate as a sweeper as well,
Yep.
with having that +1 agility and the movement, so he will catch Skinks, and then you've got the block and stuff. So it looks pretty good for you. I mean, it won't be an easy game though, because the man obviously knows how to play against these kind of teams, because he's
Yep.
he's done
He's done
other
it.
ones on the way to it. So,
Yep.
but again, if somebody's playing it properly, they should beat him. And so it's on your head, Bernie. Play properly, and you'll win. That's
Right, okay.
that's my advice.
So, so
Roll pals and
Yeah, and kill
free
shit.
ups.
right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So who are you taking? Are you taking me or are you taking Invictus?
Yeah, I'm taking you.
Bastard.
I mean, he's on a good run, but I think at some point it's going to end.
And hopefully it'll be this round. Yeah, I got to tip myself
Yeah.
because obviously what's the point of playing if I don't? So, who makes the final?
Um, I think it's if I think it might be Brutal Deluxe and you know.
Really? Oh, I wouldn't mind playing that old team, not with all that claw. If I'm so
Which
good
you'd like, and then that'd do it. But I mean, the two good players playing elves, and they could pull off elf stuff, but that team's kind of pretty good at dealing with elves if he just keeps his head. Like
just gotta get rid of that
if I was the orcs, yeah, just get rid of the troll, and then as the orcs, I'd be fancying myself versus those two elf teams.
The only thing I will say is I think Glasshammer then Gnome Slayer is a class act, and I've been really impressed the way Wilhelm Chaney has played as well.
Yeah,
They are very top quality players, so it's not going to get it easy at all.
no.
But obviously, again, you don't expect it to be easy at this time of the competition, really, are you? So
Well, it shouldn't be really, should it? If you're getting easy games now, then something's gone wrong.
yeah, I mean, even Josh says Invictus for the win. Yeah, a lot of people have said Invictus will beat me, and that's fine. I always like playing the underdog. He can have the overdog status, not a problem. Yoshi's saying Gnome Slayer versus the winner of your game. Ooh, interesting. Good old Drick. Yeah, I like Blade. I think if he can keep his wolf alive, and this is the thing about when you're trying to pick games, aren't you? There's all these little things what could go wrong, and then that could really.
There's a lot of variables,
and that's why you always try and have a balanced team if you can. Because it's alright getting one, two superstars, but if your team's built
which is
around
why I like Brutal Deluxe is because
Yeah.
like, you know, you could argue over Campbell's skill or whatever, but it's a all round
Yeah.
good team where the abilities are on a nice spread across different players. So he's not like, oh man, if I lose that player, I'm out, because
Yeah.
he played the last one without the strength
Yeah.
5 guy. The strength
Yeah.
5 guy's a nice icing on the top. A few of the other teams are like, oh shit, if I lose the wolf, I'm out. If
Yeah.
Invictus could be like, if he loses that super skink,
Yeah.
suddenly things aren't as interesting.
Yeah.
If you lose your ball carrier, suddenly things aren't as interesting. He can take more losses.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's gonna
Yeah.
win, but he should get to the final in terms of just a nice, well-built team.
Yeah, and it would be good to see him get to the final because obviously, you know.
Yeah, I think
well,
he deserves it.
yeah.
He's had a bit of a mare, you know, the last few seasons and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a
And it would
nice
be good. It would be
redemption
good.
story for when he rage quit that time.
Yeah, that rage quit. Yeah, the shame of little Yoshi and then the
Never
jubilation.
gonna let you
of
forget
little
that
Yoshi.
ball.
Yeah, but there we go. Yeah, I think it. I don't know. It's real good. Howlers should beat Odin Dance, but I've just got this little niggle. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I tell you what is interesting though is Space Magic W, who I claim to be one of the best on the Xbox. Drick, who everyone else claims is one of the best on the Xbox. Both of these are saying, if you sack the troll, you may win. If you don't sack the troll, sort of everyone's going for the elf. So that's interesting. The big names are saying kill the troll.
Just
so
don't
there we
give
go.
him a wizard.
That's it, isn't it? That's it, because because his team's so well built and so well balanced. It's the wizard what worries you, isn't it? Obviously, defense blitz would be another thing, but hey, you can't go into
Yeah,
that.
he wants it just 11 on 11. And
Yeah,
like,
and-
you know, made a better man win kind of deal.
Yeah.
And that's where his team might help him tip over the edge.
Yeah, absolutely. So there we go. Right, okay. This next thing has been asked by the admins and various other Xbox coaches. I know it's not a big thing of yours, but different formats for the Sea Ladder.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this thing that's been bubbling on for a while, hasn't it?
Are you a fan of the current format? Would you like to see it change? If so, what to? Or do you think just leave it as it is?
You could try and change it. I have no problem with change if you present me with a reasonable thing it can change to. But the options that have been presented, I don't think they've all been thoroughly thought through. And
Yeah.
they're trading one flawed system for ones
another.
that are actually more flawed. They are more flawed if
Right.
you look into it, actually examine it more. Because I know like a lot about like how Res and how it works and
Yeah.
stuff, and that's one of them. But Res actually creates a lot of depending on how you do it. So you'd have to really think about it and give me a fucking like a manifesto on going, well, this is how we're going to deal with the fact that Res really heavily favours a handful of teams, like
Right.
it really, really does. And are you going to do it in a tier system, where obviously the worst team is in the tier, you're going to get the more skill.
Yeah, yeah,
Doubles. Are you going to make it so more than one race can qualify if it's res? Because like res is really good in NAF style tournaments where it doesn't matter about in terms of who's first, second, and third. In terms of races, you could have first is fucking what else, second is what else, third is what else, or first is Amazon. You know, like ones that really do well in that res format. And also, what's the TV value going to be? Because say like normal res is like 1300 around that, and that really favours what else and Amazons, but doesn't do shit for chaos or goblins or things like that really. So you talk through the options if you want, and we can go through it like kind of one at a time. But
it's like you said. I mean, some people say it should just be a res tournament. So you know, where from the beginning you come some sort of, I don't know, 1300, 1400. You know, so many skills, or like you say, via the tiers. There's been talk about knockout on the group stage. You know, instead of knockout, have a group stage, or say when you get to the semi-finals or the quarterfinals, go into a round robin or something like that. But again, to me, that would cause issues. The only one I really
and that will stop upsets as well. Like that would, because isn't it? 'Cause like you can get knocked out on a fluke. If you do it round robin, you normally the higher skill cap players will kind of rise back up through it. You take that one lucky loss, but you know, to take 2 or 3 is unlikely. Yeah.
So you lose that sort of magic. The only thing I've been looking at this the last 24 hours, and the only thing I would be happy with is to keep it as it is. So you build your teams as you do, and then when you get to the playoffs, turn it to res. I think that's the only really valuable option.
Yeah.
Because then you can build your team. You can build your team for your 6 weeks or whatever, and then obviously. Then you get to the res, so you keep all your skills. Everybody's got where they are because they've earned it through them 6 weeks, and then obviously you just go from there. I think that is the only other viable reason, and that would obviously help more brittle teams, I guess, compared to obviously the
but teams. I think the problem is everybody wants a perfect balance, and in the game it doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
Like the teams are not perfectly balanced. The main worry is from what I can tell then is because of the requirements of res and stuff like that is the amount of kill teams and stuff, and how kill teams have an advantage, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you remove their ability to like kill players, if you like, permanently or stuff like that, then all you'll see is a different kind of rise. Then all of a sudden agility teams will be kind of like at the top, profiting the most and stuff. It's like you just trade. Who do you want to elevate? Because that's all it's going to be. Is if you change the format, it's going to elevate one style of play over the other, and you want all to be viable. And that's the problem, is in the game, the system in any of its formats, but tabletop and this, it isn't balanced, and it never will be. Like I think we can complain as much as we like, but you're never going to get that perfect balance.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a fair point. I mean, I can see why people want to try different stuff, but I think that's the only way. Really, is go normal, then go in the playoffs.
I don't know what you could do. Like, could you like cap maximum games?
Not really.
For example,
they want to play more games, though.
You know. Yeah, that's the thing. The reasonable thing, if you looked at it logically, would be to cap it at like 30 games, and then go whoever's got the best record after 30 games. I'm not saying it's the thing you should do, but in terms of because like 20 plus games is roughly where kill teams really hit their stride and really developed. And by that time, once they hit 30, they can't play anymore, so you'd have to start a new team. So those ones that are struggling would then be able to catch up. But even that doesn't work, and that's arguably
and then you've got the
simplest way that doesn't mess with format.
Yeah, and then you've got points to like one team could have got loads of concedes. That's why they've got a lot more cash and XP, and it's some Anfield. I think the way the format is now is good. I'd like to see some sort of res thing, and I think the only way you could do it is, like I've just said, you put res in the playoffs. That would be this next step, or you just leave as it is. So there you go. I mean, I think most people just like how it is.
I mean, maybe you could. There's not many things you could do. I thought about it for a while. I was thinking about like changing the wild cards, because because one chaos team. What usually happens is with races, isn't it? Is one team will race in front. You know what I mean? Like that guy's chaos team race in front, and then chaos is now a chase over who can get second. And whereas if you removed like the wild cards from maybe those races,
Yeah.
there'd be less of them because you couldn't compete. But even then, that's not fair, is it? To take a wild card off one race and one set of races and only allow another one. But I don't know. Maybe it would encourage underrepresented races to then compete a bit more. But people like killing things, and it's a computer game.
Yeah.
So that's the problem,
isn't
isn't it, with Chaos
Yeah.
teams? Is most people are more satisfied with murdering 11 players than pulling off this amazing, multi-push, one-turn score with L's where you just look amazing, because it's
Yeah.
not as satisfying to most people.
Yeah. And that is a fair point. I mean, Drick says he's all for the playoffs being res, but he would like the TVs to be the same. I don't think I really think that wouldn't work because people like to build the teams. Tell them to play 40, 50 games and
What,
then,
as in like when you play it, there's no TV difference, so there's no inducements or
so
anything.
basically in the
Yeah,
playoffs,
that's really hard to
I don't think that'd be very
enforce,
happy.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, say, if you've got Chaos
The only way you
playing
get that is
1400,
res. Yeah.
if you're playing 1400, it's like, well, why would I want to play Chaos 1400? I've checked every single viability, and I think the only way you can do it without punishing really is play it as you are for the 6 weeks. Then, if you really want to, try res after that, but to keep the teams that developed. That to me is the only viable option. It might not work, but if you're gonna change it, that seems to me to be the more logical way of doing it. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway,
I mean, because it's like I say, it's not balanced, and it will never be balanced, and you'll only switch one imbalance for another, where something else will come to the rise, and then after experience that for a few weeks, then that'll be the major complaint, won't it? Well, the only kind of really fair things were like when they do the World Cup and stuff, and it's like basic races, isn't it? They all start at 1,000. It doesn't matter like how many races kind of go through. You just pick the 32 best players. They pick a race and they go for it. That's the only time it's really fair. But you can't impose that in a long league.
No, you can't. So fair enough. Right then, it's time for Ask Bernie. Woohoo! Or basically, Ask My Guest. So let's get on with these. There's quite a few of them. Best streamer and worst streamer.
Best streamer? I don't know. I don't know what any worse streamers really.
I
could never criticise anybody doing it because they're always taking their time to give me something to watch. I know that's a really kind of pussy answer, but
no, I was
something.
thinking. Do you know what I was thinking the same? I wouldn't say worst streamer because I think that's a bit disrespectful. But that was the question I was given. So I don't
really like I don't like VG purist stuff streams.
Right.
But his content's good, covering all the playoffs and stuff. So it's like it's he's not a bad streamer, but sometimes how people talk embraces you more, isn't it? You're always drawn to people whose personality are most like your own and like have your sense of humour or whatever.
Yeah, my missus loves VG. She loves his voice. She just watches him. She pairs like that. Yeah. What you on about? What about VG, the guy you like? Oh yeah, the real nice. Oh yeah, the really sexy voice one. Yeah. No, she's not disagreeing with me. Yeah, so she's a big fan of VG.
Oh right.
Does like Blood Bowl, but hey. But she listens to him all the time. Why she can't like my accent? I have no idea. I think that's pretty shocking, to be fair. But hey.
Because it sounds like a bulldog chewing on a thistle.
The whole accent in like that. Oh, I'm
no.
Yeah, man. So, who's your best streamer? Anyone you like? Anyone particular?
I like Andy Davo's stuff's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah,
he has that what's it called, Zunk, like interacting a lot, so he can
Yeah,
because that means you got a good player concentrating.
Yeah.
And somebody else talking, so it gives you kind of best of both. I like Jimmy's. Jimmy's stuff's always good. I like his no nonsense style of play, and he's a very safe player. So like
like safe.
I can really respect that. Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, the one I miss, and he's just started coming back, doing a bit of streaming, is Serious Jest on the PS4. He's a lot of fun. Typical American, very excitable, very knowledgeable of the game. He's always a guy I like. I always like when you're co-announcing someone because you always crack me up just your dry humour. And I always have.
Oh, cheers! Yeah, I'm
thinking you're gonna just. Well, no, it's just that with this. you're better streaming with someone when it's a bad game where people make tons of mistakes.
Yeah,
I just love
where
it.
I'm on suicide watch,
Yeah,
so you know
yeah.
you're looking forward to read about me in the paper tomorrow.
Absolutely, that just makes it. The worse it is, the better it is, and obviously Rambo's always good.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm a big fan of series.
I only like streaming if I've got somebody to play off. I find if I'm left to my own devices, I don't have much to say. I need like somebody to feed me lines, if you like. 'Cause I'm very reactionary when I do. It's like good when you do it or when Rambo does it, because you're both like semi-nice guys, so you give me
the enough ammo to
kind of go with my cunty nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus armor, ever worth it?
Not really.
No. I'm trying to think.
Not unless you've literally exhausted all of opportunities, like in terms of. Because isn't plus armor or plus movement? So like if you get that, you generally the movement's better. Like, because I see sometimes people take like Norse up to armor 8 to put them on the line, but it's like, well, it's to make him armor 8, you know. I don't know. Isn't armor the same TV value as doubles? Isn't it like 30 or something? Both of them.
I'm not sure.
So like,
I'm not exactly sure.
I'm pretty sure it's something like that. I can't imagine a scenario where armor's
it
useful.
20, yeah.
No,
well,
I think it's 20 and then 30 for that, or 30 for a double,
think,
or maybe 40.
I remember taking it on my Wolf in the playoffs on PS4. It only got Mighty Blow, piling on, the shebang, and as a late skill, I took it to put him onto Armor 9. Agility 4, Agility 5 skin.
Maybe.
Later on, maybe take instead of movement, just try and keep him safe.
Yeah, I mean, there's arguments for like pommers and stuff, isn't it? People that are going to get hit, or be on the ground and possibly fouled, or wizarded. That's the only kind of real reason you would take it, and even then, I don't know, it's a bit of a waste, personally.
Yeah, I think it's very situational. I would never say it's not worth it, but usually I wouldn't, to be honest. Oh, here's an interesting one. You have to pick one or the other. Nerf Chaos or fix DCs. You can only choose one, and why?
DCs, because they affect like the entirety of the game. Chaos, like, you can play round it. You can't play round your Xbox crashing. You don't get the chance to. So fix the game, and then we'll look at the teams. Yeah.
Robinho said it's 30 for movement and armor, 40 for agility, and 50 for strength. Armor is nowhere near as good as not getting hit. Yeah, so fair play.
Yeah.
I've got to say it was quite an easy one this for me. DC obviously, because obviously Chaos were built that way, and you can get around it if you play it right. If he brings his bucket sixes, now we can do about it. But hey, that doesn't always happen. But yeah, DC gotta be. You've got to have a stable game. If you don't have a stable game, people won't play. It's quite simple.
One is somebody might fuck you, and the other one is you're definitely getting fucked.
Yeah.
I'd rather take the chance of not getting fucked.
Absolutely. Right, this one is from Little Yoshi. So before I get a stick for this, the 6-game Bretonians we saw on the PS4, aka my team.
Oh fuck! No, nobody wants to say about your shit again, Bernie.
Yeah. Hey, look, it wasn't me. Will it ever be repeated?
Yeah, could be. There's always a chance, isn't there?
Yeah. Get a nice straw, and I think it could be repeated. There's a lot better coaches than me, so if I can do it, I'm sure they can. So yeah.
The draw, like the inducements, it's entire.
Yeah.
There's so many variables again. It's not going to be like you're not going to be as good as an achievement it was. You're not going to be the only person to do it forever, is it? At some point,
I
you're
wouldn't
get
have
enough
thought
one of those stories.
I'm not going to go into story. I mean, obviously it's a bit fun, but obviously the only good thing about Man is I didn't get an easy draw. I played all the top teams, so maybe that's why, I don't know. But I think there's a lot better coaches out there, and I think it could happen. But really, do we want it to happen? I mean, people should be playing more than 6 games. I would like.
Yes.
I'd like people to play more games. It could be done, but I'd rather it not, because of we should be playing more games than 6. So there you go. Right, what else we got here? Lowering TV matchmaking to 200 TV to get more fair games. Fan or not? So the one is 5. I think 200 is a bit low. You might not get any games.
I get that the principle behind it is sound, but the application again would be questionable. Because I don't know about you, but this season I've struggled to find games. And if you lowered it to 200, I might never play.
Yeah, never play a game. I mean, I suppose it's people trying to dodge the killer teams again. It all comes back to that, doesn't it? You know,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
I don't know, because I don't mind playing TV down, and I think you can do more with up to 500 worth of inducements than you can with 200.
yeah.
If you get just a wizard and a babe,
Yeah,
it's arguable that that isn't going to win you the game. But if you got like a wizard and Cheney, that's game changing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's sound in principle because you want fair matchups, but I
Yeah.
don't think we've got the player base and stuff to implement it.
yeah, absolutely. I'm the same. I'd go around 350. I think that's probably a happy medium if they really want it, but it's never going to be easy. And we blame Chaos Kill Teams for that. Which is the best race for the playoffs? This is from Drick, if I remember.
Oh, it's a toss-up, isn't it?
Toss up between what?
The toss-up between Ash,
Oh, this you've
Chaos,
been
or Nurgle.
you've,
And then
you've been
like,
breaking up. We didn't get any of that.
oh, I bet. Bear with. Am I back to being normal now?
You might be. I don't know. Was you ever
Yeah.
normal?
Am I? Well, I don't know. That's for my therapist to say, I guess. But probably not. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, it's down to like Ultra Bash or Ultra Elf, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And it's down to what will give you the best chance. Arguably going in with an amazing Wood Elf team or an amazing Chaos or Nurgle team. Ones that have real advantages of what they do. But then it comes down to dice.
Yeah, and again, favourable matchups as well. That's the other thing as well. I always say the draw's so important. If you've got an elf team and you're going up against a team like a dwarf team with loads of Mighty Blow, piling on tackle, you might win, but it could wreck your team. Where if you go up against maybe Kislev, happy days.
Yeah.
And that's
And that's
it.
the problem. Is it even like it has to be something that's the best at what it does? Because like even hybrid teams like Necro or something,
Yeah.
they're really good because sometimes they win more matchups because they have less hard counters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you do come up against a hard counter, you're totally fucked. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's
Whereas
not,
there's a rock paper scissors kind of triangle of it all, isn't it? And that hybrid team doesn't quite fit into it.
yeah.
So I think like Wood Elves are the best, like or even Skaven. Skaven are really good, and Chorfs. Those
Yeah.
kind of a lot of them have got the best of all the worlds, haven't they?
Yeah, I personally think Agility 4 teams are the best because you could, as long as you're going on dice, but if you get normal dice, you can sort of make out your opponent maybe hits one a turn, two maximum. So you can dodge away from deadly pieces. So I think Agility 4. So maybe Dark Elves or High Elves because they're armor 8. Or you could have mainly armor 8, maybe Wood Elves.
No. If it's elves, it's Wood Elves.
You think so?
Dark Elves are really good, but we've not seen a really sexy Dark Elf team qualify, have we? It's probably not since Gargo's Dark Elves
Yeah,
back
he
in
was
the
a good
day.
player. Yeah. I mean,
I'm waiting for like a really good Skaven team to rock the piss out of it, because if you look at Skaven on paper, they should be amazing. Like arguably as fast as Wood Elves with access to Claw, Mighty Blow, and stuff.
It's trying to keep them alive though a lot of the time, isn't it? That's the thing. And with a lot of them being Agility 3 as well, they can't dodge away from being based, and they are tricky. But like I say, if you get like 2 Killer Stone Vermin, 4 Great Gut Runners, good times, isn't it? And that's plenty of fouling, cheap stuff. So, it is what it is. I'm going to go Agility 4. You're obviously more inclined to say Wood Elf, aren't you? So, hey, there we go.
Yeah, I think it'd be down to Wood Elf, Skaven, or Chorfs, because, they're pretty amazing.
Yeah. And they are very popular. Drick wants to know, why is the Goku's team still alive? Shouldn't they be dead by now?
Sheer luck. Somebody can't roll 8s. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping to
7s even.
change that.
You're gonna put an end to it, aren't you, Bernie?
I'd love
You're gonna
to.
be the Reaper of Wayward Souls.
I'd be extremely happy if I could do that. It won't be through a lack of trying, put it like that.
No.
So yeah, my game is Monday 9 p.m. GMT, just to let everybody know. I don't know. He's a good player, and he's had a bit of good fortune.
Yeah, he's a
Obviously,
good player, but I think you have to, if he's gone through that many Claw Mighty Blow and not lost
Yeah.
Manysaurus or anything like that. That you are kind of you're skating on the razor's edge, aren't you? At some point, you
Yeah.
cut off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think when I was speaking to what do we call him? I can't remember his name now. The Nagel coach. Can't remember. My brain's
Was
gone.
it Cro-Magnus?
Yeah,
Was it
that's the fella.
Cro-Magnus?
Yeah, Cro-Magnus.
Yeah.
He said he did like 44 hits and only did about 11, 13 in armor breaks. He didn't do any breaks, and that's the way it went. And I think when you go against the Lizards, you've got to try and take his big lads out. And like I said, Mighty Blow Claw, piling on, a lot of times that will work. So if you
Yeah,
get
sevens into eights with a reroll is
Yeah.
pretty standard, really, in terms
pretty
of
tasty, isn't
getting
it?
rid of them.
So, and then you've just got to take care of his agility 4-piece. And obviously, if you've got Beast Snaggle Strength 6, if you can,
Yeah.
you could technically you could even tag 3 Saurus with that, and then there's still only 1 dice in you. So,
Yeah, without assists and stuff.
yeah. So I don't know, but I'll do my best. That's all I can do. The final question. I can't remember. I don't know if this was from Mr. Manley. I can't remember. Why the lack of admins on the Xbox? Would your co-announcer be an admin?
Would I be an admin? No, it seems to me a bit of a thankless task.
It is.
And a lot of the time I struggle to find time to play and
Yep.
stuff, and as nice as it is that you guys do it, I think it's down to personality that would make you do it. You have to be driven for something where there's no reward, which makes me sound selfish.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm already putting a lot of time into
Playing the game.
qualifying, and
Yep,
with
yep.
no guarantee of winning or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
and you need certain type of social kind of calm, balanced people to do it. Can you
Yeah.
imagine me having to have conversations with people that are playing up? It's fucking it'd go disastrous.
Yeah.
Be around their houses.
Why do you think there's a lack of admins on the Xbox?
Probably because it is a thankless task. I mean, I don't know how it works. What happens with it? Do they put an advertisement up for admins going, hey, do you want to come do this for nothing? And and people are like, oh, yeah, I want to do something for nothing.
I don't know.
How does it work?
How
Did you become an admin? Or did you ask them, or
No,
did
no.
they ask? Did they put
They
out
asked
like
me.
a roll call and you said, "Oh, I'll do it"? Yeah.
Yeah, I was asked.
Well, we've not had that thing where they've gone to any of the veteran players and gone, "Hey, we need to bolster our numbers a bit. Would you consider doing it?"
Yeah.
Maybe they
That's
just need to do that.
what we do as admins. If we need another admin, and we might be needing another admin soon on PS4, is we would discuss who we would think would be a good fit, and then we
Yeah,
we just ask
you'd
them.
immediately think, oh, I bet Rambo would make a really good admin and stuff like that because he's nice and he's dedicated to the game and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then we'd ask them.
Just put out a roll call if you want more. Yeah.
And, I've got nothing to do with the Xbox, but I'm saying this how the PS4 guys do it. So I don't know. I just think
Was Hunter an admin?
he is, but apparently he's very busy at the moment. So because when I saw this question, I was like, well, if you look on their page, they've got tons of admins, but apparently they're saying the only one who's really can do stuff is Trevor, and now Ronald Benio's come
It's
back.
Trev, yeah.
So if you look
Yeah.
at that, you've only got 1 to 2.
They could do with a bit of help then. Just get a couple more in. Just ask some of the, lads
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, it's one of those things you've got to look at personality wise and how would they react to someone
I
giving them
vote
stuff.
for
And,
TFG Hero to be an Xbox admin
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
not old
Just purely for the ratings.
enough for the ratings.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what they do. I'm sure Trevor and Ronald will sort that out. But it is hard if you buy yourself. And I mean, that's because there's 4 admins on the PS4. I have the luxury usually of sorting out the playoffs and streaming and all that sort of stuff, knowing that the guys.
But we don't know as well. Trevor might like having all the responsibility for himself.
He
You
might
know what I
do,
mean? He
yeah.
might be
He
he
might
might like to micromanage everything. It could be his
Yeah.
kind of personality. I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah, maybe.
who knows?
Maybe he just likes, because if he does it himself, then he knows where he is with everything.
It's
And
done. Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I know from experience,
Right, itself.
it's a lot of hard work, and I just think the more if you've got a good team of 4 or 5, it's a lot more easy. in my
Is
opinion.
the PS4 community, does it require more admins? Do more problems come up? Because I suppose one thing that's all right about the Xbox community, apart from last season where there's a few controversial games.
Yeah.
Not much really needs to be looked into, does it?
Yeah.
In terms of it's just a case of getting the playoffs done.
It's things like if someone comes to and say, look, I saw this game, looks a bit dodgy, can you look into it? So looking into games does take a lot of time because we have to obviously look at them. And then obviously things like we had last season, a bit like you, we had a bit of some dodgy shenanigans going on, so we had to deal with all that. It's not as simple of being able to just say, oh yeah, we think you cheated, ban. We have to look at everything and look at, and then message them and build some sort of case, and it can be quite, quite long in the tooth. Ban lists, obviously, they need doing. People come and ask random questions about the game, or when does it end, or is there a minimum amount of games to be played, or various things like that. So there is a lot what goes into being an admin. It's not, there's a lot you guys won't see. It's something we just do. And then there's things about the future of the game with the rest of the admins, like the PC admins and the Xbox admins and PS4 all get together and talk about stuff like that as well. Talk to Netheos and things if there's any Xbox issues with stability that obviously gets talked about. So that's why we know that they're trying to fix it. Same as when the blue screen's out with the PS4. There's so much stuff needs doing. We're lucky that the communities are pretty good.
Now, without having lists.
I mean
that's
PC's
good. But just listening to what all you have to do, I can say categorically, no, I don't want to be admin ever. Fuck that noise.
It is. But like I say, if there's more of you, then there's a lesser burden.
So spread the weight evenly.
But PCs, that must be. I could never be a PC admin. The amount of work they must do is ridiculous. With complaints and everything like that. I don't know, but there you go. Last thing to have a look at then, so we'll have to leave this game, is I just want to have a quick look at the ladder at the moment, because there is a nice Necro battle going on, isn't there? Between the three of you. You're sitting
I wish those
pretty.
guys would stop fucking playing.
Aren't you? You're sitting nice and pretty.
Yeah. Am I still top? I'm not.
I don't know.
Yet. It'd be nice if I was.
Oh man, you are. Have you not learned anything yet? There's only Sylvester who can do it from the top. You can't be top. Maybe you've come second, mate. So we've got Goku there. Goku is second.
Yep.
Obviously, his reputation is going very well. That is one of the last people you want chasing you. He's in fourth, and Bazooka's been doing extremely well with them Wolves in fifth. I tell you what, mate. I did read people saying, "Oh yeah, you're safe." I'll tell you now, you win.
No, I'm not.
If they keep winning,
it annoys me.
They keep winning.
Because for a while, my record was stellar, and I wanted to stop playing because, I was just like, it's because I think since they changed the formula, isn't it, where you can now take losses as long as you then spam a lot more wins.
Yes.
It's kind of changed it a bit. Like I would have had it sewn up in 2 weeks. And people go, no, Necro's done, find something else. But now, because it's weird, isn't it, when you look at the front pages? If you think a few seasons ago, a lot of these teams wouldn't be front page with those records.
Well, look at Nagel. Look at the Nagel team. 10 losses and only 20 wins.
Yeah,
and
that would be
really?
like third page stuff. Yeah, like even Rambo, God bless his soul. Like he's got 29 wins, but he's also not won 19 games and he's lost 9. So it's not that far away from being like a 50-50 split. It's a bit weird now. I think I don't want to be dicky, but I sometimes think teams get into qualification spots that shouldn't be in qualification spots with the records they have. I don't know if that's just me being a bit too near with it.
Yeah, I suppose they just don't want to be people scared to lose. I mean, the problem we've got though is like, for instance, I think Mouthy Barbecue was saying, look, I play my team unless my Yorks are forced because I will run into kill teams and they could make a wreck of my own team.
Yeah, and he can't sit on that record at all either because he's not lost many, but it's not stellar. No,
but it's if anyone chases him. I mean, there's. On page 3, there's 4 Rogue teams on there. I've got an Oak team, but at the moment, my Lizards are doing better than my Orcs. So I might go Lizards. So you never know, but I think that Necro thing, I hope the other 2 teams play tons to make you play, and you can all have a big scrap, because I think
Well, I've already kind of felt the wrath of it, because you remember my Woofers team, the same thing basically happened to the Puppers that did the Woofers, is I didn't have to play games with the Woofers, but I ended up doing it, and both my Flesh Golems got killed, and this is exactly what's happened in this, because I have to keep playing to keep my record up. I've got rookie Flesh Golems now, because both of them got randomly killed, so... I don't want to play because the team was perfect with the flesh golems as they were, but now the team's not perfect. It needs more guard, and I mean, I suppose it's good in terms of excitement, isn't it, to have to keep you playing, you know?
Yeah, that's
Because
what
nobody wants to
people-
like go 2 weeks in, it's sewn up, like he can walk away and not play now.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's
I mean, that-
interesting.
I mean, you've got a nice
mean-
goal, haven't you? You've got a nice goal. You've got a strength 4 white. You've actually got Might Blow on a wolf, what's always nice.
I rolled a double on a wolf.
That's
Fucking imagine
amazing
that
for you.
shit. Can you imagine
Yeah.
how elating I was?
I'm surprised it's
That's
still
the
alive,
first
to be
time,
fair.
mate.
Surprised it's still alive.
Yeah. It's
So,
an average team, isn't it, really? If you look at it, a couple of strength ups, really lacking guard, but other than that, it's all right.
Yeah, I'd like to say it's a decent team, but like I say, if you have to keep playing, that's the problem. And there's so many kill teams out there, and where you are.
Yeah.
Well,
my strategy is always like, is if you're going to play a team that isn't kill team, is just bang in early. Do you know what I mean? Before they get developed and play everything on an even keel. But
Yeah.
now, I've started to notice, like, you know, I've come across Gnome Slayer more with his,
yeah, Nagel.
you know, Nurgle and like a lot, you know, like my personal hatred is about 1600 TV dwarfs, which can still kick the shit out of you, but they still get wizards and everything on top of that.
Oh yes, yes.
You know, like guard mighty blow spam. You know, that's
Yeah.
just as bad sometimes, and it's
can
because they
be.
get it at such a reasonable price.
That's it. That's the thing with dwarfs. They do get it like that, and obviously you've got Rambo's kill team, you've got Cass's kill team. They've all pile on claw and all that goodies, and you know, I mean, I suppose the only good thing for you is you do have regen if it kicks in. That's always a good thing.
Regen doesn't work for me. I
Does it
think
not?
I've been banned from regen. I don't know what it is. Probably Tizzle did it again, isn't he? Because he always likes to fuck with me. He's decided to turn regen off for my team.
Maybe, yeah. I think we're in the camp where we get bad draws. You know,
Yeah, just
I-
being held down by the man.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm just having a look at Mutt's team. It might blow piling on guy. It did lose. It must have lost a wolf. So that.
Yeah, is his strength 4 wolf still there?
He's agility
'Cause he
4
did have a
wolf.
strength 4 one.
Oh well, that's dead.
I think he had a strength one as well. Yeah,
He's gone.
I suppose that's the one alright thing about me is because I don't have to play much yet. Like they have to spam games, and I do look every now and then, and they're
Yeah.
you know, I'll watch it and go, oh, it's Mutt versus Gnome or something, is it? So I'm just kind of in the background going, excellent.
Yeah. He's got his agility 4 wolf. Mighty blow piling on block is 1 point away from another level up as well. So yeah, it's an alright team. He's only 1530, so he can almost take on new teams. What's quite nice for him if he gets lucky enough.
Yeah, he hits that nice spot. I think he took his dip. You know, when all teams take a dip where they take a battering
Yeah.
and they have to go down TV for a while. I think he took his as a good time in the season.
Yeah.
Because he was getting a bit hammered by higher value teams, and then he got to drop that little bit, and then
He's
a bit
got-
like that Trexel guy. You know, like when you played him, he
Yeah,
then
yeah,
gets to
yeah.
build up his wins back up against
Yeah,
the
he does.
mid-level teams again.
Yeah. And I'm just having a look at Bazooka's team. And that's I played this team with my Orcs, and I got a draw, but by Jove, did my team get beat. I think Orc dead first hit of the game, and he didn't get much better after that. And he's got 2 Mighty Blow Wolves. And what is
Yeah,
what
that's
are you
nice.
kill teams doing? I take a season off as a kill team, and you let stuff like this happen. 2 Mighty Blow Wolves. Come on, seriously, get it sorted. Call yourself kill teams. Bloody hell, that should never happen. Get it sorted. Rambo, sort it, mate. And bloody this Gnome Slayer, he said Nagel's easy mode. Well, start killing them. You know, terrible. But yeah, he's got a nice team.
Yeah.
I think it'll be. I think for the neutral, it's great that we've got 3 Necro teams
Yeah.
going on it. We've got a few Case Dwarf teams going at it as well. I think we've got obviously Rambo, we've got Cass, and we've got William Cheney all playing Chaos Dwarf.
Yeah.
So that's good, sir. And there's a lot of undead.
Is Willem Cheney the guy that beat Cass earlier as well?
Yes.
So that's a bit of an interesting thing, isn't it?
And he
to
actually
see if
beat.
Willem
He
goes after
actually
him.
beat Cass in a Chaos Dwarf off as well this season.
Ah.
So yeah, there's definitely a bit of spice there, and obviously if he's a PS4 player as well, probably UC player, so there's a lot of added incentive and spice there as well. So that'll be interesting. So it's good that there's a lot of competitiveness in there. There's 2 Nagel on the front page as well. There's Orcs chasing the Orc, and obviously Wood Elves. People don't bother Wood Elves because Drick plays Wood Elves now, so I was like, yeah, whatever.
But he can still do the second spot, isn't it?
That's
It's
what
like
I
that,
say. That's what I say.
that do Goku is like, he took Chaos really early and took him to the top.
Yeah.
But usually, like in the other seasons, there's like a second Chaos team somewhere on the front page, and there isn't. There isn't. Is there? Is there a normal? No, there isn't. No, yeah. No. But the next one is like 17th with 13, 9, and 9. I'm surprised somebody hasn't just grabbed hold of Chaos and tried to give that a really good run as well.
Yeah, I suppose this late. Well, I say late in the season. It's not been that long. It feels like this season's been done for ages, isn't it? But yeah, the state of the Xbox to me is very good, and we've seen a lot of competitiveness. I think the Xbox is getting to where it needed to be now, and it's obviously playing really, really well. And it's good to see these sort of, and a lot more games are getting played now. A lot more games are getting played. That was the whole point of trying to find a recipe to get more games played, and it's good to see. All we need to sort out now is basically getting the stability sorted, and I know for a fact we're close. We are close. Obviously, we're in talks with Ethos. I can't tell you much because I'd get shot. All I will say to you is they are close. They think they've got it sorted, and there could be some good stuff coming out, and you'll all like it, but I can't say anything else. So, chin up, guys. The end is almost at hand on stability. We pray. Drick says, have a look at his team. It will make you cry. In which way?
He's doing all right, isn't he, again?
He always does, doesn't he? But again,
Yeah.
It's Drick. What do you expect? Here we go. Let's have a look.
1590.
Oh,
He's
look
got some
at this.
stat ups
Strength
on the go.
7. Strength 7. Hang on, just don't tell my son he was absolutely having a rage. Yeah, Strength 7, Tree. Yeah, that's too much TV bloat. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
Strength 4 War Dancer. That's all last year. Get rid of that. Shadowing.
Nice agility.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's done this. He's done this a few times.
On the
PC. To embrace this a
I
bit.
think he's done this on the PC a bit.
Yeah, he had a War Dancer with it, I think, on the PC.
Strength 4, Lambert, Agility 5. Oh, God. If he didn't get Leap and Wrestle on that, I'll be surprised. Oh, man. Well, this is a film.
Yeah, that's
team.
going to be a really... In a few games, when those guys get those skills to make those stat-ups even better, that's going to be pretty grim.
That War Dance Strength 4. Surprise! Bang. Yeah, it's a nice team.
I don't know if he's like offering Trevor like cheeky hand jobs behind the bins or something, but he always seems to get like the
he does, doesn't he? He's
best
a double,
kind of stat
double
ups on
agent,
the go.
isn't he? He's a double agent, so he's going to get all this sort of stuff. You know what he's like. Everybody knows. We're not daft, are we?
No, well, maybe.
So, yeah, that's it, isn't it? Double agent. I won't be crying. I'll be stamping all over this team, mate. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to lose.
Catch it while it's like this. Just catch it at this value where you've got loads
I'm
of
going
tackle.
to take as many of these tree-hugging hippies with me as possible, would be my thing, because there's no way I could beat this team ever. But if I take a few out before the playoffs, then obviously, and this is the thing about them. It'll kick your ass as it is, but you've got to be smart with this, because you think to yourself, you know what? I don't really need to play, but I just need them few extra skills. But it only takes that one bad game, doesn't it? And you lose a few plays, you're like, I should have played. But yeah, it looks impressive, Drake. It looks a real nice team. 22 TV, I don't think... he's saying he'll get to 2200, depends who he plays. I mean, if you played this team with your Necro, what would your game plan be? Would you be like, you know what, I'm going to stamp all over this shit? Or would you be trying to play it?
I just try and... Well, I always try and win. So
yeah.
I'll be trying to win, but like clothesline everybody as I run by him.
Absolutely. I think it looks good. But I think one thing we can agree with is that there's a lot of good stuff happening. Obviously, Digoku and Will Cheney, two more big names, very new names. They've come onto the circuit. I think the Xbox is finally reaping the rewards for all the hard work of the admins and such, and obviously you guys playing all the time. And I think as soon as the stability gets sorted, then I think we'll see it a lot better. And that's got to be a good thing, I guess. So anyway, we're done. That's us done. We're another show out the way. We've tried to cover as much as we can. Good luck to everybody apart from Digoku, obviously, in the playoffs. Hope he rolls a lot of ones and dies a horrible death. But the rest of you, good luck. Good luck to Yoshi. It'd be interesting to see if Yoshi takes... I presume, are you announcing the game with Rambo as well, aren't you, tonight?
Oh, I
Yes.
think I've been drawn into it.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if he does take the knowledge and sack the troll. If he doesn't sack the troll and loses, there'll be no sympathy from any of us. Because you've been told, get rid of the troll or you will lose.
If you don't sack the troll, you will get leprosy and your dick will fall off. Straight up. Telling you now.
So, with Space saying that, I'd have sacked the troll straight away. I won't even think about anything
Yeah.
else. Personally.
Protect your stuff.
Absolutely. Protect your junk. Too right. Anyway, that's us done then, guys. Thanks very much. Don't forget to go onto Rambo's stream. I think it's at 7 p.m. to see the playoff game between, obviously, Brutal Deluxe and Gnome Slayers, High Elves. Oh, I can't actually remember the name of the team because, hey, you know, I'm that old. I can't remember shit.
Brutal Deluxe and the Noble House of Eld. Or something.
There you go. That's why I have a co-announcer, because they always get me out with shit like that. Okay, but anyway, that's us done. Have a happy Mother's Day for everybody who's obviously female, who obviously watches my channel. Yeah, right, if that ever happens. For the rest of us, go dads. And thanks for space.
Wait,
to...
do no girls watch Blood Bowl?
Well, I've got about 2%, 3% at least female.
I only came to Blood Bowl for the Poontang. Fuck's sake.
Well, there's
Right,
a
I'm
lot of
out.
Amazons. There's a lot of Amazons. Play with them.
Oh, god damn it, Bernie. Let it go.
Let it go, let it go. Yeah, let's not go
No,
down that route.
no,
but
no,
you
no,
set
no,
that
no,
up.
no,
You
no,
set
no,
that
no,
up.
no.
Let's be honest. You set that
No,
up.
no,
That'd
no, no.
have been all on you if I'd have sung that.
It's time to go, Bernie.
Let
It's
it
time
go.
for your medicine. Say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks again. Get on that stream at 7 o'clock at Rambo's. Rambo's awesome with Space. And you never know, one of these days, Space might actually take suicide at Blood Bowl. So you want to be to say I was there when he did it. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. See you later.
You want to? Yeah, when I killed myself. Brilliant. See ya.
See ya. Bye. Oh dear.